What's up, guys? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology, and I got another book review for you. And this one is a biography on Charles Spurgeon by Arnold Dallamere. This is a great book, man. I just loved reading this book. I always wanted to know more about who Charles Spurgeon was. They call him the Prince of Preachers. And so I wanted to know why they called him so much, or they called him this so much, and like what was his importance and significance in the church. And this book really details a lot about his life. One thing that I really liked about it is how they got so much first-hand information. It comes from his diary, Charles Spurgeon's diary, also his wife's diary. And so when you read, you get a lot of quotes that he says from his own life detailing what's happening. And it also talks about other people that are around at that time that are contemporary with him that write things about him and how he acts in certain situations and what he does when problems or conflicts or joyous occasions arise, like how he celebrates, man. And so I thought that was really awesome. I don't read a lot of biographies, and so I don't know if that's normally how it is, but in this one it seems like he gives so much firsthand account that I feel like I'm getting to know Charles Spurgeon. I think it talks a lot about the wonderful things that Charles Spurgeon does. It's just so interesting to see how he is like 19 years old, I think it was, and he pastored his first church. How he was just so wise and understood the languages of the Bible, but never went to a seminary school. It's just amazing how the faith that he had in God to be able to turn over a lot of things to him, to recognize and see and balance that tension sometimes between faith and action, to be able to do what needs to be done in order for something to take place rather than just waiting on God. It's great to see what Charles Spurgeon did in his life to do that. And then it's just amazing to hear about the words that he preached, the school that he started, the people that he influenced. Man, it's a great book, and this details it well. One thing I also liked about it is at the very end of the book, it talks about some of the things that we would look at and say are bad. And it talks about how Charles did these things. One thing that I also thought maybe wasn't the greatest is it kind of glosses over them in a way that makes us say, well, maybe he did it this way because of the times. Now, it could be true, or it could just be something that Charles Spurgeon did because he cared to do it. It talks some funny stories about Charles Spurgeon smoking cigars and how he thought about that as being sin or not. And it talks about drinking as well in this book. So if you really want to know about Charles Spurgeon, his life, how he lived, the influence they had on so many people, because he was over in Britain, but still influenced so many lives over in America. And he had a lot of people that would come over to America and want to just talk to him and speak with him and have him preach. I think he had interactions with D.L. Moody, and he just had a lot of interactions with people and grew them up in a major way by starting a school, a newspaper, a church, building a building that would just house so many people. It was actually the first mega church, and it's pretty powerful. He started a bunch of orphanages and ministries to help out kids and help out families that are in lower income places. He used a lot of the money that he made from his books and writings to help fund a lot of like social things in the lives of the people around him in Britain. So I just thought it was very powerful and a wonderful life to just learn about, and written by a guy who wrote well about his life with firsthand experience. So, hey man, if that's a book that you want to read, which I hope you do, I recommend that you check it out, read it. It's a great read. Plus, it's really simple and easy. It's not too difficult. It's only about like 260, 70 pages or something like that. So you should check it out, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys for checking it out. Look at some other books I got and see if it's something that you might want to read on theology, on the life of the church, on how to live. And if you'd like to check this book out, man, in the description I've got a link, and you can click on that and order the book. All right, man. I appreciate you guys for watching again. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.